Hey everyone, welcome back to English Podcast for You. I'm Leo.
And I'm Lily. We are so glad you joined us today. How are you feeling today, Leo?
Well, I am feeling good now, but oh boy, something happened to me earlier this week. It completely ruined my mood for about an hour.
Oh no, what happened? Did you drop your phone again?
No, worse than that. I went out for lunch at that cute little cafe near the park. You know, the one with the blue door?
Ah, yes, the one with the amazing pastries. Wait, don't tell me the food was bad.
It was awkward, really awkward. I ordered a warm soup and a pasta dish, but when the pasta arrived, it was completely cold, like straight out of the fridge cold.
Oh, gross. Cold pasta. That is the worst feeling when you're expecting a nice, warm, cozy meal. So what did you do? Did you say anything?
Well, at first, I just sat there, looking at my plate, hoping it would magically warm up by itself.
Leo, magic doesn't work on pasta. Why are so many people terrified of complaining in a cafe or restaurant?
Honestly, because nobody wants to sound mean. We naturally want to be polite, but when you pay money for food, you expect it to be good, right?
Absolutely. And that is exactly what we are talking about today on English Podcast for You, how to complain politely without feeling guilty or nervous. You know, Leo, cold food is annoying, but there is one thing that is 10 times worse.
What could be worse than frozen pasta?
Finding a hair in your food. That is my absolute nightmare.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that instantly kills your appetite. What would you say if that happened to you, Lily?
I used to be so quiet, I would just hide the hair under a napkin and pay the bill without saying a word.
Wait, you paid the full bill without asking for a replacement?
Yes, I was too shy. I didn't know the right English phrases back then. I thought if I pointed out an error, the waiter would be angry with me.
That's such a common mistake, but waiters actually want to fix the error. Most of the time, it's not even their fault. It's a mistake in the kitchen. The chef might have served something undercooked or cold by accident.
Exactly. If your chicken or meat is undercooked, that can actually be dangerous for your health, so speaking up is necessary.
Right. So instead of getting angry, you just catch the waiter's eye, smile, and say, "Excuse me, I think there's a small issue with my dish."
Ooh, that sounds so smooth and polite. Excuse me, I think there is a small issue. It doesn't sound aggressive at all.
Exactly. You aren't attacking the waiter, you're just pointing out a tiny error.
Okay, so back to your story. You were staring at your ice-cold pasta. What did you actually say to the waiter?
Okay, don't laugh. I raised my hand very slowly and said, excuse me? I'm so sorry to bother you, but my food is a bit cold."
Aw, you said sorry to bother you. That is so very polite of you, Leo. How did the waiter react?
He was super nice. He apologized immediately and said, "I'm so sorry about that. Let me get you a fresh replacement right away."
Wow, see? No drama, no argument, just a fast, friendly replacement.
Exactly. And when the new plate came out, the manager even stepped over to our table. He said, "We are very sorry for the error. Your dessert today is on the house."
On the house? Free dessert?
Yes, on the house means free of charge. The restaurant pays for it to make you happy.
Wow, so by speaking up politely, you didn't just get hot food, you got free cake. This is such a great lesson for our listeners. Sometimes we're afraid to speak English because we don't want to make a mistake. But speaking up at a cafe is all about confidence.
Yes, let's review some of the key words we used today so everyone listening can practice them slowly.
Great idea. First, we had the word undercooked. This means food that has not been cooked enough, like raw chicken or raw potatoes.
Next, we mentioned a replacement. A replacement is a new item given to you to take the place of something broken or bad.
Then we talked about an error. An error is just a mistake. Saying there seems to be an error sounds very professional and calm.
And my favorite phrase, on the house. When a meal or drink is on the house, it means it's completely free.
And finally, the bill. The bill is the total amount of money you have to pay at the end of your meal.
Perfect. So next time your food is undercooked or cold, don't just sit there suffering. Speak up politely, ask for a replacement, check your bill, and maybe you'll even get a dessert on the house.
Exactly. And you know what else happens sometimes at restaurants? People get completely terrified when the waiter brings over the bill and it's for a completely different table.
Oh, that has happened to me before. You look at the paper and see 3 steaks and 4 juices when you only had a soup.
Right, and your heart drops for a second because you think, oh no, do I have to pay for all of this? But it's just another simple error.
Exactly. You just stay calm, look at the waiter, and say, "Excuse me, I think there might be a mix-up with our bill."
A mix-up with our bill. I love that word, mix-up. It just sounds so gentle. It doesn't blame anyone. It just means a small misunderstanding happened.
Yes, the waiter usually takes it back, smiles, and brings the correct one in less than 2 minutes.
You know, Leo, I think the biggest problem for people learning English is not the vocabulary, it's the feeling inside their chest when they have to speak up.
Oh, absolutely. Your heart beats a little faster, your hands might get a bit sweaty, and your mind says, "What if I mess up the words?"
But the truth is, native speakers mess up their words all the time. Even in our own language, we stumble, we make mistakes, we say the wrong thing.
Oh, all the time. Just yesterday, I tried to order a cold brew coffee, and I accidentally asked for a cold shoe coffee.
A cold shoe coffee? Leo, what did the waiter say?
He just looked at me, paused for a second, and said, "Sir, we don't serve shoes here."
That's hilarious. See, mistakes are not dangerous. They're just funny little moments in life.
Exactly. So when you're at a cafe and your soup is cold, or your dish is undercooked, or you see an error on your bill, take a deep breath, smile, use your polite words, and remember, you're doing just fine.
That is such a comforting thought, Leo. Taking a deep breath really changes everything in those stressful moments.
It really does. And you know what else happens a lot in cafes? Something people rarely talk about.
Ooh, what is it? Tell me.
It's when you're waiting, and your food just doesn't come. Everyone around you is eating, and your stomach is making angry noises.
Oh, I hate that. You sit there watching the kitchen door, hoping every waiter walking out is bringing your plate.
Yes, and 30 minutes pass, then 40 minutes, and you start thinking, did they forget about me?
So, what is the best way to handle that in English without sounding impatient or rude?
It's actually very simple. You just wave gently to catch your server's attention and ask, "Excuse me, could you please check on our food when you have a moment?"
Ah, check on our food. That is such a polite phrase. You're not yelling, "Where is my food?" You're just asking them to check.
Right. Most of the time, the kitchen just got busy, or there was a slight delay with your order. The server will usually say, "Let me check on that for you right away."
Exactly. And if they did forget your order by accident, they will usually apologize, speed up the cooking, and maybe even offer a free drink on the house.
There's that magic phrase again, on the house. See how useful that is?
It really is. But Leo, what if someone brings you the wrong order entirely? Like you ordered vegetarian pasta and they bring you chicken steak.
Oh, that happened to my sister last month. She's a strict vegetarian. The waiter brought out a massive burger with bacon.
Oh dear, that must have been so awkward. Did she panic?
She used to panic, but this time she just smiled and said, "I'm so sorry, I think there might be a mix-up. I ordered the veggie pasta, not the burger."
Simple, direct, and very clear. I think there might be a mix-up.
Exactly. And the waiter was so embarrassed, he took the burger back immediately, apologized for the error, and brought her a fresh replacement in 5 minutes.
That's the secret, isn't it? Staying calm and kind actually gets you better service.
100%. Waiters are human beings, working long hours on their feet all day. When you treat them with kindness, even when there's an error, they want to help you even more.
That is so true, Leo. Kindness opens every door, especially when you're speaking a second language.
Well said, Willie. And what about when you finish your meal and you're ready to leave? How do you ask for the bill naturally?
There are a few nice ways to say it. You can say, "Could we have the bill, please?" Or even more casually, "Whenever you have a chance, could we get the check?"
Yes, check and bill mean the exact same thing in this context. Both work perfectly.
Just make sure you double check it before you pay. Remember our story about the 3 steaks?
Yes, always read the bill carefully, just in case there's another sneaky error on it.
You know, Leo, practicing these small conversations in your head before you go to a restaurant helps building your confidence so much.
Absolutely. You can picture the cafe. Imagine the waiter walking over and mentally rehearse saying, "Excuse me, could I get a replacement?" Or, "Could we check on our food?"
Rehearsing in your head is like a secret superpower for language learners. It makes the real moment feel so much easier.
Speaking of cafes, Lily, have you ever had a coffee that was completely undercooked? Wait, no, cold. I meant cold coffee.
Undercooked coffee, Leo? What are you saying? Coffee beans aren't cooked like chicken.
Oops. See what I mean about native speakers messing up their words? That was a total error on my part.
That was hilarious. But yes, cold coffee when you ordered hot coffee is definitely something to speak up about.
You just say, "Excuse me, I asked for this hot, but it seems a bit tepid." Or simply, "Could you heat this up for me, please?"
Tepid, that's a great vocabulary word. It means slightly warm but not hot enough.
Exactly. Room temperature, warmish, but definitely not the steaming hot coffee you wanted.
These little everyday interactions in cafes and restaurants are where real language learning happens, not just in grammar books.
Right. Books teach you rules, but life teaches you conversations. And every time you speak up in English, even if your voice shakes a little bit, you grow stronger.
That is so inspiring, Leo. That's really the heart of it, isn't it? Growth only happens when you step out of your comfort zone, even if it's just by a tiny inch.
Absolutely. Every single time you ask for a replacement or politely point out an error on your bill, you are proving to yourself that you can communicate in the real world.
You know, thinking about all of this makes me realize how much we stress over tiny things. Like, what is the absolute worst thing that could happen if you tell a waiter your soup is undercooked or cold?
Right? The waiter isn't going to tackle you to the floor. They will just say, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and take it back to the kitchen.
Exactly. They won't call the police, they won't yell at you, they just want you to enjoy your experience so you come back again.
Exactly. Most restaurant owners want to know if there's a problem. If you don't say anything, they might never fix the error in the kitchen. So speaking up politely actually helps them out too.
Ooh, that's such a great perspective shift. You're not complaining to be mean, you're giving them feedback so they can fix it.
Yes, it's all about your mindset. Frame it as a friendly conversation, not a fight.
Let's do a quick recap for everyone listening today on English Podcast for You. What were the big takeaway phrases from today's chat?
Well, first, when your food isn't right, don't panic. Start with a gentle opener like, "Excuse me, I think there's a small issue with my dish."
Perfect. And if you're asking for a new plate, you can say, "Could I please get a replacement for this?"
If your meat or veggies aren't fully prepared, you can explain, "I think this might be a bit undercooked."
And if there's a mistake on your check at the end of the meal, you can politely say, "I think there might be a small error on our bill."
And best case scenario, if the restaurant feels bad about the delay or mistake, they might just give you a coffee or dessert on the house.
The glorious free cake. We love to hear those three words, on the house.
We really do. Honestly, Lily, talking through all these cafe scenarios has actually made me pretty hungry.
Me too. Do you want to head down to that little place with the blue door after this?
Only if you promise to complain for me if my pasta comes out cold this time.
Deal. I'll be your official spokesperson.
Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us today on English Podcast for You. Remember to take it slow, be kind to yourself, and don't be afraid to use your English out in the world.
Yes, practice those pauses, try using these phrases next time you go out, and take care of your English and your heart. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.